Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to show you through the Moodle platform, or where you will be doing your Rākau Roroa or tall trees training. Let me share my screen now for you. The first thing you need to do is go to rakauroroa.nz, and that will bring you to this main page, which will show you the login details and also more about the program if you'd like to find out more. Each of these pictures clicks on an external link that will tell you a little bit more. You will have received a login and a password. This is the button you click on to go to that page. Hopefully your browser will remember your login and password if you've been there before. If not, type it into these two boxes and press log in. That will bring you to a page a little like this, although you should only have one course on your page with 0 progress. To navigate this, the main things to remember are your dashboard or your site home. Your dashboard will bring you back to the courses. Your site home will bring you to your main page. When you first log on, if you've not been here before, you will get a code of conduct come up. If it's too much to read, don't worry too much about it. We'll cover it in your first class when we get together to meet. But when you do get to that, just scroll down to the bottom and there'll be an opportunity to press accept, and that will bring you to this page. So back to the dashboard, let's go into the course and see what to expect. At the top of this page, there's a little welcome, and then you will get into the content. The very first thing at the top is the glossary. You'll find as you go through the course that there are probably quite a few terms that you've not come across before. That's okay. A lot of us have not seen these terms until we come across them in Rākau Roroa. So if you're going through the course and you find a term you don't understand, either ask the facilitator or come to the glossary here. By clicking on it, you can search in a term that you might not understand. So, for example, let's type in stigma. And then you will find that anything that mentions the word stigma will be part of that glossary. Another way to look through the glossary is to just click on a letter, and everything under that letter will bring up the words that you might not have come across before. Once again, if the explanation of those words or phrases aren't clear to you, feel free to just call on the facilitator and we'll come and explain it to you. It doesn't matter how many times we can explain it, we're happy to help. Up the top here, on the very top of your page, you'll find what we call cookie crumbs. It's a very strange term, but basically what it means is you can step back to any of the points we've been to before. So if you get into a module or into the glossary and you want to go back, the easiest way is to just step back by going up to the top here, and that will bring you back to that page. If you forget that, don't worry, just press on your home key. Underneath the glossary, you will find a course overview. We will cover that in the course, but the best thing to remember is if you want to know what you'll be learning and how you'll be learning it and when you'll be learning it, the times and what you'll be learning will be in here. Underneath that is our Zoom room. When you're doing the course in the times we've allocated, the facilitators and interpreters will be available the whole time on this Zoom link. You'll be sent the Zoom link when you first enroll. That'll be the same Zoom link you use for every one of our course modules. So anytime you need help, you can pop into the Zoom room and ask for it. What we recommend is you actually leave the Zoom room open in a separate tab so that you can move backwards and forwards from the course to the Zoom room. And one of the wonderful things we can do is if you get stuck, using Zoom, with your permission, we can jump onto your computer and help you drive it. Underneath the Zoom chat, Zoom is a chat function. This is a really great way to chat with your fellow classmates. During the course, we will be breaking you into smaller groups, but to find your whole class and ask them what they think of a particular activity, this is a great way to ask them. If you get stuck on a question, or if you just want to connect with them and say, hey, what do you think about this that we just learned? This is a great way, and that class forum will be open in between your session times as well. So you might want to jump on and reflect about what you've learned in between us catching up together. We then get straight into the learning. So modules 1, 2, 3, and 4 we'll be doing over 4 separate days. So to give you a little bit of a break between learning. But some people like to rush ahead. That's totally fine if you'd like to. You won't be able to do module 2 until you've done module 1 and so forth. So let's go into module 1 and see what it is that you'll expect. When you get in there, just make sure it's on normal and press enter. During the course, there are several times that you will be asked to keep a journal. What happens is when we write some answers in there, you will click on here to save them to a journal. Let's have a try. I'm just going to put in anything right now just so that we can get to the journal function. Now you'll have to type something in, but it can be just a few words, or if you prefer to just talk those words to us, you can enter anything in this box. What happens now is we can save them to our journal, and at the end of the module, we'll be prompted to print them out. I'll show you how to print those out when the time comes, because you don't have to print it to a printer. What it does is it brings up a journal here on your screen. If you press the print button, you get the option to print it out to PDF. So if you have a printer at home, it will be here, but mostly it's a good idea just to print it to PDF, press print, and maybe save it to your desktop. That's the best way, because then you can always find it again. So let's have a look at what happens when we get to a video. When you get to a video, you'll find underneath each video, there are these two buttons. When we play the video, if you would like closed captions on or off, you can toggle this button and the closed captions will come up at the bottom. If you prefer not to have them on, you can ask for an interpreter to walk through with you and interpret them in real time. The settings button here can also zoom to fit the page. You can put accessible text if you would like it larger. And you can also scroll up. One of the things that people might like to do so that the video fills the whole page is press the FN or function button on your keyboard and F11, and that will jump the whole screen to the whole page for you. To reverse it and go back, you do the same thing. Press FN and F11 button together. Now, what else should I show you? Yes, one thing we've just worked out is in module 4, there is one video that for some reason doesn't play closed captions automatically. When you get to that video, if you want closed captions, just let us know and we can give you the link for the YouTube version that has closed captions on it. So I think that's about all for Moodle. But once again, anytime you get stuck or need a little bit of help, or even if you want us as facilitators to jump on and drive for you for a little while so that we can navigate on your behalf, feel free to just reach out to us and we'll be right there in that Zoom room. Good luck.